We will now proceed to the methodology. Before building the fuel cell, we collect everyday items in order to minimize the cost to conduct this experiment. Those materials are plastic bottles, pencils, scotch tape, scissors, cutter, 9-volt battery, sandpaper, water and table salt. Seawater was taken from the beach for this investigation, and toy component circuit was recycled from unused toy. Apparatus that was borrowed from school's laboratory are connecting wires with crocodile clips and power supply. LED string was the only item that was bought for this experiment. The first step was to cut 2 plastic bottles into half using scissors and cutters, creating beakers. Then, 4 pencils are sharpened at both ends using cutter and brush against sandpaper to remove any dirt from it. These pencils will be used as electrodes for this experiment. Next, the beakers are half filled with tap water. 5 spoons of table salt were then dissolved in the water. This salt solution will be the electrolyte. The leftover sandpaper is used as a platform to secure the pencils. This part of the setup will be partially submerged in the electrolyte. After that, pencils are connected to the 9-volt battery using connecting wires with crocodile clips. Black connecting wires are connected to the negative terminal, while red connecting wires are connected to the positive terminal of the battery. This model is then left for 10 minutes. When time is up, the clips are removed from the battery and attached to the toy circuit. Any observation was made and recorded in table form. Then, this model is recharged again for 10 minutes to perform the same procedure on the LED string. Observation was made and recorded as well. These steps are being repeated by charging the cells with power supply instead of a battery, as well as the salt solution is being replaced by seawater. Therefore, there will be a total of 5 models for this experiment. The first model was charged with battery and water is used as electrolyte. From what we observed, there were a little amount of bubbles that were produced at both anode and cathode. For the second model, it was charged with battery too, but electrolyte used was salt solution. It is observed to produce more bubbles at both electrodes compared to the previous model. As for the third model, it was charged with power supply and its electrolyte is salt solution. There was even more bubbles produced at higher rate compared to the previous 2 models. The fourth model was also charged by power supply but seawater as its electrolyte. This model also produced lots of bubbles at higher rate too, compared to the first and second model. Last but not least, the fifth model, which is a combination of Model 3 and Model 4. It showed the most promising result where bubbles are rapidly produced at highest rate on both electrodes. Results are obtained after attaching it to the toy circuit and LED string. LED and music speaker are built-in component in the toy circuit. This will determine whether there are current flowing from the cell into the circuit. For the first model, there were no positive results for both of the circuits. No sound, no light, no nothing. These results are also the same for the second model. As for the third model, the toy circuit is showing positive results. It was able to light up and produce sound. Unfortunately, the LED string did not light up. Similar result was obtained from the fourth model as well. Last but not least, the fifth model. It indeed showed the most promising results, for we are able to get positive results from both the toy circuit and the LED string. Teacher, look at that!